Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. Last time, we cleared out our first very small dwarven ruin, the Ruins of Befalft. This time, we're going to our last location before we actually get to Iverstead, oh look, a copy of Jornabrit's Last Dance. Light armor red. This time, we're going to go to Honeystrand Cave. Let's stop before Iverstead. Let's heal up from that little rumble and get back to the road. We're kind of going around.
I don't draw guard duty. But you must be alright if you've got time to complain.
Oh. Well, here's a random encounter. One which I'll just leave alone, but I'll take it off the quest list. This is just, storm cloaks on the road. That's all it is. And there they are.
If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm.
So,
Ulfric's
here's
Stormcloak wants to
a
see them.
fork in the road along with a sign. Back the way we came is Whiterun. Straight the way we were going is Riften. Back the way we came is Helgen. And if we turn left, that'll take us to Iverstead. And that is where we're gonna go. You can see we kind of followed the road around Honeystrand Cave there. Let's just get down here to what basically looks like the path to it, such as it is. And let's head over there. I'm going to pull in another bear, but there we have discovered Honeystrand Cave. Let's make note of that. I say it's either to make note of that. Would perhaps be a better way to phrase it. And let's hit this bear. Alright, our light armor increased to 30. So quickly note the armor rating is 112. Getting to 30 unlocked a perk I have been saving for. Custom Fit. 25% armor bonus if wearing all light armor. Head, chest, hands, feet. So let's take Custom Fit. Give me a moment to remove it from my list where I'm tracking all these things. And our armor rating is up to 141. Very substantial boost. Of course, we are already down to this light armor game. It is unimproved. We won't improve it until our crafting cycle is finished, and for that, I need 2 Falmer helmets, which I'm still quite a ways away from getting. That's alright. Restoration to 60. Excellent. Alright. Now you can easily see why it's called Honeystrand. There are bees everywhere, as well as beehives. Let's catch a few more of these bees. There's a hive. Here's a hive. There's another bee. There's a canis root. Here's I think that's a beehive husk, but I can't actually grab it. There's another beehive. I do one more check for bees, and then we'll go into the cave. The cave is a very simple affair. Oh, 3 fly amanitas out here. Typically just 3 bears inside for us to fight, and nothing else. Let's deal with the bears first. It'd be nice if we could fight them one at a time, but I doubt we can. maybe the ASP counts says 3 meters. Okay. Light armor to 31. Excellent. There's the second bear, and he's down. Honeystrand Cave is now cleared. So, let me go make note of that. Excellent. Now let's heal up and search the environs. If I remember right, there is one important thing in here. Let's just go counterclockwise. We got an imp stool, a dead bandit. Now he has a new book called The Locked Room. I'll read that last. Let's finish clearing the cave first. Oh, not really anything else. Let's get flames and mage light on. We got a dead goat, and he gave us goat horns. Awesome. With those, I need 49 more. Is that all? Pfft, it's nothing. 49 more goat horns needed. There's an imp stool. I already got that white cap, so I think we're done. So let's read The Locked Room. It is, naturally, a lockpicking skill book. So, I need to pull it off my book list. Skill books, lockpicking, The Locked Room. And if I jump over to free skill boosts, lockpicking now has 5 free boosts remaining. 3 skill books to find, and 2 quests. The Locked Room by Porbert Litumley. Yana was precisely the kind of student her mentor Arth Camus despised, the professional amateur. He enjoyed all the criminal types who were his usual pupils at the stronghold, from the common burglar to the more sophisticated blackmailers, children, and young people with strong career ambitions, which the art and science of lockpicking could facilitate. They were always interested in simple solutions, the easy way. But people like Yana were always looking for exceptions, possibilities, exotica. For pragmatists like Arth Camus, it was intensely vexing. The Redguard maiden would spend hours in front of a lock, prodding at it with her wires and picks, flirting with the key pins and driver pins, exploring the hull with a sort of casual fascination that no delinquent possesses. Long after her fellow students had opened their test locks and moved on, Yana was still playing with hers. The fact that she always opened it eventually, no matter how advanced a lock it was, irked Arth Camus even further. "You are making things much too difficult," he would roar, boxing her ears. "Speed is of the essence, not merely technical know-how. I swear that if I put the key to the lock right in front of you, you'd still never get around to opening it." Yana would bear Arth Camus' abuse philosophically. She had, after all, paid him in advance. Speed was doubtless an important factor for the picker trying to get somewhere he wasn't supposed to go with the city guard on patrol behind him, but Yana knew it wouldn't apply to her. She merely wanted the knowledge. Arth Camus did everything he could think of to encourage Yana to move faster. She seemed to perversely thrive on his physical and verbal blows, spending more and more time on each lock, learning its idiosyncrasies and personality. Finally, he could bear it no longer. Very late one afternoon, after Yana had dawdled over a perfectly ordinary lock, he grabbed the girl by her ear and dragged her to a room in the stronghold far from the other students, an area they had always been forbidden to visit. The room was completely barren except for one large crate in the center. There were no windows and no other door except for the one leading in. Arth Camus slammed his student against the crate and closed the door behind her. There was a distinct click of the lock. "This is the test for my advanced students," he laughed behind the door. "See if you can escape." Yana smiled and began her usual slow process of massaging the lock, gaining information. After a few minutes had gone by, she heard Arth Camus' voice again call out from behind the door. "Perhaps I should mention that this is a test of speed. You see the crate behind you? It contains a vampire ancient who has been locked in here for many months. It is absolutely ravenous. In a few minutes' time, the sun will have completely set, and if you have not opened the door, you will be nothing but a bloodless husk. Yana considered only for a moment whether Arthcamu was joking or not. She knew he was an evil, horrible man, but to resort to murder to teach his pupil? The moment she heard a rustling in the crate, any doubts she had were erased. Ignoring all her usual explorations, she jammed her wire into the lock, thrust the pegs against the pressure plate, and shoved open the door. Arthcamu stood in the hallway beyond, laughing cruelly. So now you've learned the value of fast work. Yana fled from Arthcamu's stronghold, fighting back her tears. He was certain that she would never return to his tutelage, but he considered that he had taught her at last a very valuable lesson. When she did return the next morning, Arthcamu registered no surprise, but inside he was seething. "I'll be leaving shortly," she explained, quietly, "but I believe I've developed a new type of lock, and I'd be grateful if you'd give me your opinion of it." Arthcamu shrugged and asked her to present her design. "I was wondering if I might use the vampire room and install the lock. I think it would be better if I demonstrated it." Arthcamu was dubious, but the prospect of the tiresome girl leaving at last put him in an excellent and even indulgent mood. He agreed to give her access to the room. For all morning and most of the afternoon she worked near the slumbering vampire, removing the old lock and adding her new prototype. Finally she asked her old master to take a look. He studied the lock with an expert eye, and found little to be impressed with. "This is the first and only pick-proof lock," Yana explained. "The only way to open it is to have the right key." Arthcamu scoffed and let Yana close the door, shutting him in the room. The door clicked and he began to go to work. To his dismay, the lock was much more difficult than he thought it would be. He tried all his methods to force it, and found that he had to resort to his hated student's method of careful and thorough exploration. "I need to leave now," called Yana from the other side of the door. "I'm going to bring the city guard to the stronghold. I know that it's against the rules, but I really think it's for the welfare of the villagers not to have a hungry vampire on the loose. It's getting dark, and even though you aren't able to unlock the door, the vampire might be less proud about using the key to escape. Remember when you said if I put the key to the lock right in front of you, you'd still never get around to opening it?" "Wait!" Arthcamu yelled back. "I'll use the key. Where is it? You forgot to give it to me." But there was no reply, only the sound of footfall disappearing down the corridor beyond the door. Arthcamu began to work harder on the lock, but his hands were shaking with fear. With no windows, it was impossible to tell how late it was getting to be. Were minutes that were flying by, or hours? He only knew that the vampire ancient would know. The tools could not stand very much twisting and tapping from Arthcamu's hysterical hands. The wire snapped in the keyhole, just like a student. Arthcamu screamed and pounded on the door, but he knew that no one could possibly hear him. It was while sucking in his breath to scream again, he heard the distinct creak of the crate opening behind him. The vampire ancient regarded the master locksmith with insane, hungry eyes and flew at him in a frenzy. Before Arthcamu died, he saw it. On a chain that had been placed around the vampire's neck while it had been sleeping was a key. Now there you go. Alright. Now let's do our usual. First we'll head to Lakeview, check on our daughter, and we'll head to Falkreath, and then we'll come back here. Our next stop is Iverstead. Exciting stuff. Seems just fine.
Can I?
Let's check on her dresser. Seeing nothing there, we're set to
Did you need something, Papa?
wait until 6 a.m. and head to Falkreath, like we usually do. times, good times. Let's get this done. Alright, over to Falkreath. Alteration to 86. Excellent.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. Hey, trinkets, odds and
Let's
ends,
see if he
that sort of
happens to
thing.
have poison resistance. Nope. Alright, let's start at miscellaneous. Oh shoot, I forgot to drop off my goat horns. That's okay, we can head back and do that on our way. Sell him all these ingredients. Next is food. Next is potions. Next is apparel. Last is weapons.
Steal anything from my shop and
All the way through everything on the first attempt. A dragon. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna fight a dragon. Let's get marked for death out. Because if we can hit him with that, you'll see just how helpful it is. Come on, bro. Come at me, bro. I'm your Huckleberry. What's he doing?
Hey! Someone do something. Don't hurt me.
There. Tagged him with marked for death. I hope it's already clear just how much more damage we're doing since we hit him with that shout. Now, the really cool thing about it is that it's cumulative. If we hit him with it again, his armor rating takes another big hit, as you can probably see. Oh, ran out of Daedric. So you see, since we stacked 2 hits with marked for death on him, his health is dropping like a rock. Let's hit him again. Why did that add 40 bounty to Falkreath? Oh, it hit that dumbass woman who doesn't seem to understand she should get out of the way when I'm fighting a dragon in the middle of town. Good grief. Oh, come on. Well, now it's just messing with me. Let's take a minute to heal. You know, he's here. There we go. I think we hit him again, and you can see just how fast we are punishing his poor little boat. One more ought to do it. And he's down. See how easy that was? Marked for death is amazing. Oh, look, a Daedric shield. would be useful to someone who liked heavy armor, but that's not me anymore.
Got something for just about everybody in here.
Let's sell off that little bit of stuff.
Give a holler if you have any questions. Well
Then
met.
we'll drop off the
Oh,
drone
a bit
horns.
of this and a bit of that.
And then we'll leave. Alright. 208, 86, 13. Alright.
Steal anything from my shop and you'll... Can I get you? Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
No poison resistance, that's okay. 2 dragon bones, and yeah, the Daedric shield is gonna need
Be
another
seeing me,
reset.
stranger. Looking for... Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Let's check. Nope. Alright. Give him the Daedric shield,
All
and
right,
now
then.
we're done.
What do you need, stranger?
I hope that helped you appreciate just how insanely powerful Marked for Death is. Stacked 3 on him, and you know, it was like we were shooting a level 1 dragon. Now I only came here to drop off my goat horns. So let's do that. Marked for Death finally accomplishes something important. It makes dragon battles inconsequential. Alright, let's fast travel to Honeystrand Cave, and let's end the video, ready to head into Iverstead. So all the way back over here. Here's the cave, but I would like to start here at the main road and end the video right here. This has been Let's Play Skyrim. We cleared out Honeystrand Cave, we murdered the hell out of a revered dragon with our new Marked for Death shout. Next time, we'll head to Iverstead, a very little town, but plenty to do there. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.